Ba-da-da-da-da. What is my phone trying to tell me right now? What is this crap? Oh, nice. All right. So, hello, guys. This is JB Rants. And I'm here to talk about a topic that's near and dear to my heart. It's never going to leave my consciousness. It's never going to... Hello, Coop 437. What up? It's never... This topic will never... It's impossible for it to leave... how do I say this properly? I'll never forget this experience. How's that? I'll never forget this experience. And it has... This experience that I've had has many, 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 many implications into everyone's daily lives, everyone's daily work, everyone's daily voting, everyone's daily just interactions, even with strangers. And the subject is the word I'm going to use. It's in it's in my subtitle below. The word I'm going to use is my experience with here's the word, psychopath. This is probably my 10th video on this subject, but as far as I know, it's my only one I've done live. So I've never done a psychopath topic while I've been live on YouTube. So as per JB protocol, I have not prepared anything. I just I want to sign on and see who's receptive to these notions, because they're far more than that, receptive to these ideas. And perhaps when I share my experience but I'm going to only share one, but my multiple experiences, but I'll share one, might enlighten people to the fact that everyone thinks, and it's not their fault, but everyone thinks that a psychopath is a wide-eyed, axe-murdering, knife-stabbing serial killer. And they're right. They're right. Those are psychopaths. The problem is that most psychopaths can put on a suit or a dress. They could be old, they could be young, they could be... I mean, I believe men start to come to age at age 13. The government says 18. I say 13. Women much younger. Where they realize certain... let me get into my experience, and then we will... then we'll get into a debate as to whether psychopaths are born or created. So let me get into my experience first, and then we'll get into the larger debate of the thing. So let's start climbing the base of the mountain, and then we'll talk about the top once we know that we're climbing a mountain. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. Good. So my abuser, by the way, my name is, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Jason. I go by JB on the internet. JB, that's why when people see me on chats, they have the B, the B, the B. I love the E emoji. I love B's. And since my last initial is B, JB, it evolved into the B. And sometimes people in my personal life, they call me the B. I'm like, sweet. Like it worked out. Anyway. Socialized psychopaths are the most danger to the human race, more so than we have ever known. More so than you or your parents or your grandparents have ever fucking realized. Here's why. Socialized psychopaths are, and this is not my term, I use this from the very accurate description from a great author named Thomas Sheridan. Thomas Sheridan. He wrote a book, Sheridan, Sheridan. Sheridan. He wrote a great book called The Labyrinth of the Psychopath. The Labyrinth of the Psychopath. You need to get that book. Some other ones I would recommend would be a book called Without Conscience. Another book would be and Without Conscience was by Dr. Robert Hare, Canadian psychotherapist, Dr. Robert Hare, Hare. Another one would be Wolf in Sheep's Clothing by Dr. Martha Stout. Dr. Martha Stout. Stout like the beer. Like Guinness beer. Martha Stout. Go on Amazon. Spend $10. You could spend $8. Get those books. You need to read them. I have the books in print. You need to read these books. Okay? In order for folks to understand what's happening, not only politically, geopolitically, but also possibly in your own household and neighborhood and things of that nature. Okay? Most of us come from good families. I'm blessed to come from a good family. My parents are fantastic. My younger brother is fantastic. I'm lucky. Some of us are not lucky. Some of us at an early age end up with someone as either a mother or a father or a brother, sister, or someone who is a psychopath. They don't feel empathy. They don't care about you. They don't care. Now, that might seem a little bit alien as a notion to a lot of the folks that follow my stuff because I do politics, and a lot of people say Trump is a psychopath. I've disproven that in many, many, many videos. Trump is not a psychopath. He's very, very egotistical. He certainly loves himself, but he's a good president. He's not a bad president. And this is not a political video. I'm just saying. He doesn't want to see the United States destroyed just so he can make a few bucks. A lot of people are saying that, and it doesn't make any sense. Why would you build an empire just to have your legacy be viewed as one of the most villainous in history? It just doesn't add up to me. So we look at all that, and now I'm doing this live stream because for some reason, basically it's because I haven't been live streaming a lot. Say hello to the chat. Rock Me Amadeus, Coop, Indiana Jones. And how do I say this properly? This live stream is about my experience with and my abuse with my psychopath. And it's not, I've already gotten over it. I've gone through all the stress and the horror. I've gone through the gaslighting. I've gone through my life being destroyed. I've gone through that. In terms of my social life, because of this sickening individual, who's dead now, by the way, he's in the ground. This piece of shit killed himself with alcohol because he knew he was a devil living amongst angels. Or what? I'm not trying to get super esoteric, but that, should I include that in this video? I don't know. I'll do it once I figure it out. But my life was destroyed by a psychopath. a socialized psychopath. Again, as I said in the open, those ones that do the serial killings with the knives and axes and they shoot guns and they do all kinds of like violence. Everyone finds out what they are once the news headlines break. And then they either go to jail or hopefully go to the electric chair. Most times they commit suicide because they're fucking cowards. But my abusers have always been in the business world. So I thought. For example, my abuser, I will not name, and I will say it's a he, I will not say his name, came into my life in, what is it now, 2019? Came into my life, into our lives, because it affected our company, it affected everyone around us. I shouldn't say it affected, I should say it infected all of us. So this individual came into my company in 2010. So what's that, 9 years ago? Came into the company, big. It's really, I just want to say the deceased person's name, but I'm not going to say it because I'm just not going to say it anyway. So this fucker came in to the company, and he was everything to the department heads. He was everything. I was a department head, and my friend, I will not name him either, but if he watches this video, which I suspect he watches my videos, this guy who came in became best friends with all the power players at this small and growing company. He became best friends with all of us. I had him over for dinner dozens of times. I dated girls that he brought me, or not brought me like whores, but like, we dated friends and I introduced him to people and stuff like that. I didn't realize back then what socialized psychopaths were, because the entire time that he was coming over, helping me cook dinner, inviting me over, having me bartend and him bartending, and yeah, we're playing music, even though he was never good at instruments, I always had to like play better to make him look half as good, kind of thing, because psychopaths typically are not good at the arts, which includes music. They just pretend to be. I didn't know that at the time. People at work, after about 3 years of me befriending this person, I built him up in the company. I'm saying in private meetings, this person needs to be upper management with me. I want this person next to my side. I want this person next to my side. So I brought him in. So it's a he, now that I've given the him away. So I brought him in. I brought him into that upper circle. It took about a year. You guys think a year is a long, especially some of my younger viewers, you think a year is a long time. Tomorrow's going to be Christmas. It's going to be your birthday the day after that. And then 6 years from now, it's going to be 2030. That's obviously jokes, but it's kind of like that these days. So anyway, after about a year, some weird things started happening to me and my other manager friend, who brought this guy into the third tier. So it was the three of us running the company. One day, a case went missing from my friend's desk. And if you guys don't know how lab works, basically you get like a pan with a prescription. That's what the doctor wants. This is when it's due. This is how to do it. Please make it. And then it goes out to front end and it ships out. So cases don't get lost in the lab. And it was a big story around the entire laboratory. It's like, wow, how did my friend lose an entire case? It just disappeared into thin air? That's never happened. And the whole lab was like freaked out about it. It's like, wow, management can't figure this out. None of us can figure it out. How does someone who's been here for 18 years, I was there for 13, how does someone who's there for 18 years lose a case into thin air? That doesn't. So we all forgot about it. It was like, wow, maybe ghosts or something. Like, wow, that's crazy. A couple weeks later, my best pair of pliers, because we bend wires and do soldering and bending wires and dealing with wax and making things out of teeth and all kinds of, stuff that I do at work. My best pair of pliers went missing, and I go, oh, maybe I left them at the soldering station, which I never do because I have a pair of pliers over there as well. Maybe I brought them. They're just gone. So they disappeared. And management starts, and I was friends with, it was father-son ownership. I'm friends with them. I'm like, I have no idea. They go, you make bracelets and jewelry. Did you take them home? I go, maybe. If I did, I would have told you, but I didn't bring them home, but I'll check, certainly. So I looked, and obviously they weren't there. They were just gone, thin air. Totally gone in thin air. And then the girl who worked behind me, and this doesn't happen, psychopaths are smart. They're like sick in the head, but they're smart in the way they do things. And for those psychopaths who are watching my channel, I don't want to give you any ideas. And if you are a psychopath, fuck you and die. Rot in hell. I hope you burn in hell. I literally hope you burn in hell. Which you will, because you're spawn of Satan. Turn off my channel. Do not watch me. Fuck you if you are a psychopath. Fuck you. No one likes you, and you know it. And everyone hates you, and you know it. That's why you do what you do, you pieces of shit. So anyway, so then this happened to this girl behind me. She was a very a Jewish girl, Hebrew. I won't say her name. She was a little bit overweight, but very, very pretty. I loved her. She had a great personality, but she was snarky, and sometimes we got into it a little bit, but I liked her, and we respected each other. That's the main point. But she was very meticulous. That's what I noticed about her. She was very meticulous. She always kept her nails perfect. She always kept her work perfect. Her work was more beautiful than it, in terms of wire bending and soldering and welding. Her work was better than anything I could ever do. And I'm a seasoned professional. But she was a jewelry maker. She had that little extra edge. What's good for someone like me is that you don't necessarily need that perfect edge. So I liked her, and we liked each other. And suddenly, she started mixing up her prescriptions. So you get a laboratory pen with a paper prescription printed out, and you get a laboratory pen with a paper prescription printed out, and you get a laboratory pen with your paper prescription printed out, and that's your work for the day. Here's your case in the pan, and you do the work that it says on the prescription, and then you pass it on to who else is going to finish it, or if you're going to finish it, they process it and send it out to the doctors, and that's what we did. And all of a sudden, this person started mixing up her prescriptions. She would have the wrong patient's name on the wrong pan and models mixed up, plaster models or 3D scanned and printed digital models that we would make the appliances on those models. All of a sudden, she started mixing up all of her models, and her prescriptions would be on the wrong pans. And I started saying, wait a minute, she doesn't make these kind of mistakes. the hell's going on here? I moved in with the psychopath because myself and the friend I won't mention were the top 2 players in the company aside from the owner and his son, who is now the owner, who I'm still friends with. It stopped for a bit. I moved in with the psychopath because he had already befriended me and the other power player in the company. And I was young. I'm 35 now. I was like 25. And I was just, jumping from apartment to apartment, sign a lease, get out of the place, sign a new lease, whatever. I have great relationships with all of my former tenants, except for the one who's dead now, which is the one we're talking about, the psychopath. So anyway, I moved in with him because I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I didn't put 3 and 3 together. I didn't put, 1 + 2 = 3 together. I was like, wow, this guy's awesome. We're going to concerts. He likes to pay for drinks and buy me tickets. And this, he was just buying his influence in the company. That's all I was a chess piece. And that's what folks need to understand primarily. I don't want folks to watch this live stream and think, wow, I'm going to watch JB and I'm going to learn how to deal with a psychopath relationship. No. The point of this video is to show you what happens so that you guys and gals never get into a relationship with a socialized psychopath. Because if you do, you're going to be making YouTube videos like I am at whatever age and just full of sadness and rage, and you have no one to scream at because usually they end up like this guy in the ground. He killed himself with booze, and the world's better off. I feel nothing. Isn't that sad? That I can talk about someone who died and I can say, I feel nothing. I feel nothing. I literally have no empathy. The world is better that this human being does not exist. If I hook a sunfish when I'm fishing in the gill or in the lip too deep, I will do surgery to make sure I get that hook out. And I'll take that little fish and I'll put them back in the water and rock them back and forth like this to get their gills going again and make sure they swim off. Thank you for letting me catch you. I'll see you another day when you're bigger. I have empathy. These motherfuckers don't have it. And here's what's worse, is they have a predatory instinct combined with a natural charisma. As in, like, I'm a nerd, so I don't know anything about charisma, but I've had to, I know a thing or two about it now, but I've been able to develop it a little bit. The internet has certainly helped, that I can tell you. But, things like eye contact and handshakes and smiles and like, hey, what up? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, shoot the shit. Oh, I might not know a lot about sports, but yeah, there was a game and oh, that's good. Yeah, fucking cool. But I'm not there gaming the person. These people are only there to game you. They're not people. They're demons in human skin. Just because someone has a certain stature and resides within a skeleton in his skin and clothes and eyeballs and hair does not mean that they're a human. Human to me is empathy, understanding, and caring for others to a degree. That doesn't mean that we all have to be Gandhi. I'm certainly not. But the total absence and lack of that, combined with charisma and only self-interest, only self-interest, only self-interest, constitutes the definition of a narcissistic psychopath. And it gets worse. This is what I dealt with. The wanton, a word I only use probably once a year, the wanton, the desire for hurting someone else by watching them suffer by what this person did to me, turned all my friends again. I'm 35 years old right now. I used to have a great circle of friends. Not the biggest circle of friends. I was never the most popular person. I'm a nerd. But I had a decent circle of friends. And my abuser, my psychopath, what he did was, this is not a pity video, by the way. This is an educational video. This is exactly what happened to me. So what this person did over a period of years, they don't do it in 2 weeks, they don't do it in 6 months, they do it over years. Years. He befriended me, slowly befriended me and my friend who I worked with, and my friend and I had shared friends for 10 years. And the psychopath, because I was the biggest threat to him at the company, not in terms of me causing problems for him, but because I knew more than him. I did better than, much more high quality work than he did, produced more than he ever could. And, this and that. And just the fact that I had such an established, root within this company. What he did was he befriended my friends, and I was like, yeah, come out. Like, we were best friends at the point. Yeah, come out. And behind the scenes, he was going, Jay this, Jay that, Jay this, Jay that. I don't know. I do not know what he was saying. Maybe he said, I heard he raped someone when they were 13, or I heard he uses a lot of drugs, and I heard he steals money from the company. I'm not saying I know. I just heard it. Have you heard anything about that? That's called planting seeds. That's called what's that psychopathic technique called? It's called gaslighting. And that comes from a movie. Just look up the term gaslighting. So basically what they do is they slowly make friends with your friends, and then they start destroying you slowly once the trust has been established, because you have something they want. And you know what's most disturbing about this notion? Is that what they want might simply be your destruction for their own pleasure. Yeah, that's the socialized psychopath. So I ended up quitting the company, and I moved on to another company that I worked for 5 years, and did a great job there. Built, more wealth for myself than I ever could have imagined at that age, and did a fantastic job. And then they decided to outsource to another, avenue, and they let me and my assistant go, which was very sudden and very, very catastrophic. But they weren't psychopaths. They were just making a business decision. I'm hurt by it still, even though that was over a year and a half ago. I'm reemployed now at a different laboratory, which I'm going to take over. So things are looking on the up and up. But the reason I wanted to do this live stream, and the reason I ignored the chat, was on purpose, is because I would have distracted myself. So I'm going to go relieve myself in terms of make a urines in toilet, as Borat would say, and then I'm going to come back and read the chat and see what you guys think about my hopefully relatively low-key socialized psychopath rant, its effects on you, and this is not a prescription drug commercial. I'll be right back. Millions, but not like me. No, I had a flash, and it's still live right now. I'm not done with the show. Oh, you, yeah, Hey guys, sorry about that. Sometimes you gotta take a piss. So with all that being said, look, I understand a few things about psychopaths. I understand probably more than I want to know about psychopaths. What I do know is that just by looking at the chat, 1, 2, well, I'll just obviously give you guys names. Rock Me, Amadeus, Indiana, Joan. I saw Archie Bunker, Coop 437. Just by virtue of the amount of folks that we have watching this chat right now, someone in this room, if not knows someone who's a psychopath, knows someone who knows someone who was a psychopath. That is a certainty. That's a certainty. That's not hyperbole. It's literally, and it's a very, very scary thing because the psychopath could be your father, could be your mother, could be your sister, could be your brother, could be your aunt, your uncle, could be your daughter, could be your son, could be the person at the grocery store, could be the banker, could be the garbage collector, could be, you get what I'm trying to say, could be the person walking down the street. And psychopaths, most of them, thankfully, are not knife wielding, mass shooting, fucking axe murdering psychos. Yes, all of them are psychopaths. But a lot of them, and most of them, unfortunately, they wear a nice shirt, they wear a nice dress, They wear perfect shoes. They have a beautiful smile. Their eyes are awesome. You want to marry him. You want to marry her. They have nice bodies. They work out. They go to the gym. They eat healthy. They have a regiment of their diet. They're super into gluten-free foods. I'm just saying random things. Like, I'm not, when I say a thing, don't assign that to someone and think, oh, this person might be that's not what I'm doing. All I'm trying to illustrate is that you do not know who's a psychopath. You do not know. And I consider myself a great judge of character and a very discerning individual. And I was fooled. And I was fooled to a life-devastating effect. And that's what they want. I personally believe they're possessed by another power that is not God. It's Satan. That's what I personally believe. Some other folks that are a little more secular may refer to them as they're chemically imbalanced, or maybe they were abused as children, so they become abusers. Who knows? I don't know. My view is the one that I said. So with all of that being said, I promised I'd read the chat. I don't think I read this chat for this entire goddamn thing. And I'm almost done. Indiana Jones. Dave, put some videos on disc. Free up space. Rock me Amadeus. Taking medicine here. What kind of medicine, Rock me? Archie. Looking forward to hearing it, RMA. Get well, bro. Sweet. FLS 360. Hello, father-in-law to meathead. I don't know what that means. Archie Bunker soon. Correction. FLS 360 as an emoji that I can't, even with glasses, I don't know what that is. Is that claps? Hee FLS, good to see, sir. Archie. Indiana Jones. FLS, laugh my ass off. Rock me Amadeus. Yeah, I feel terrible. Coughing. Oh, I get it. They're smoking green things. Archie Bunker soon. Correct. Oh, I already read that. Fuck. Good to see you, sir. FLSMAR. Laughing out loud. Joan is here. FLS 360. Money Mike. What the fuck is going on in here? I don't know, Money Mike. FLS 360. Hola, Arch. FLS 360. Hola, JB. Hello, FLS 360. No habla jibber jabber. Lo siento. Cunt rag. Money Mike. Laughing. Archie Bunker. Money Mike in the house. Money Mike, JB Rants, fist bump. Fist bump, Money Mike. That's the real one. That's not the emoji. It kind of looks like the emoji. I have a good fist. I've always had a good fist. No one likes this when it, when it does what it has to do. Rarely in my life. Hola, Coop. Rock me Amadeus. Japanese beer. Das Felco. R.I.P. Felco. Hi, FLS 360. Hey there, buddy. Wow, this is a fast chat. Archie. All right, I have to ignore people's names. Good to see everyone here. I used to like it. Green bottle? Question. FLS 360. Fist bump. Falco was cool. Smile face. Money Mike. Fist bump. FLS. Mr. GQ. Do for the B. I don't know what that means. Money Mike. Fist bump. Indiana Jones. Ah, good B. I don't know what that's in reference to. Where do fish keep their money? I know that joke. Second time. Hello, JB. What up? FLS 360. Indiana Jones? Question mark. In Riverbanks. Ha ha. Smile face. FLS 360. Laughing my ass off, Archie. Indiana Jones. LOL. Smartfish. Rock me Amadeus. So the car's Rick. Yeah, he passed away. That sucks. Indiana. Yes. Indiana. Mike. Education. Jelly Duck has joined us. All right, I'm scanning faster. Fuck. Fuck. Son of a bitch. All right. This is not easy. That's amazing. Jelly Duck 100 is here. Yay. Kim Prival is here. Yay. We get Joan and Kim. We get sisters hanging. We got Bear. Hello. Oh my god, I'm way behind. Fuck. That's why my numbers are going up and my show is getting terrible, because I'm the host of the show and I'm doing a terrible job as the host. But anyway, I'll recover. FLS 360, Rock Me Amadeus, Money Mike, Bear. FLS 360, Bear. Rock Me, Jelly. Fuck. All right, you know what? I'm just scanning to the bottom. All right. I jumped ahead of you guys. Sorry. Okay. Rock Me Amadeus, Tylenol, and Neocitran? Are you sick? Rock Me Amadeus, are you sick? Indiana Jones, happy you wreck on. Well, it's harder to do this show sober, I can tell you that. But I'm trying to keep up the best I can. Yep, Bear. That's why that's why you need to pay extra taxes to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Because if you keep breaking wind as a bear, then we need less people because we're depleting the ozone layer. So, yeah, just some medical advice. Candy Smith, what's up? Candy Smith, it's been well, not such a long time. You came back recently, but it has been a while. That I can tell you. Oh yeah, Indiana Jones. I mix up these things all the time. I'm sorry. I have no idea. How about this? Hello to all. How's that? That works. Candy Smith never gets notifications. Yeah, kind of like I never get notifications from Golden State Times or Gramps or Jujubot or the other conservative leaning channels that I follow, because YouTube doesn't prefer those kind of notifications. So they just let those ones fall off the shelf. But if Elizabeth Warren has a rally, I get 25 notifications. So, yeah, that's what's happening there. And everyone knows it. So they're so transparent, it's hilarious. Like it's at a certain point, look, I can't laugh at things. I'm just trying to get because they're trying to get rid of vapes now too. Like, give me a fucking break. Oh, Raging's here somewhere. What the fuck? Raging, you. But is Warren a psychopath? Great tie together, Kim. I don't know. I haven't thought about it that deeply yet, mainly because I'm only looking at her surface personality. The only way to, and this is only my experience, this is not medical advice. This is not medical advice, but in my experience, the only way for a non-doctor citizen to identify a true psychopath is you have to see their public persona and you have to see their private life. And you have to compare and contrast the two without prejudice. And if things don't add up, then you get a candidate. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. In my opinion. Not a doctor, just in my opinion. Oh, this is so cool. I can live stream again. This is so sweet. No, even when I run out of things to say, it's like, as long as I know I'm not a mess, and even if there's moments in the break of my eternal non-brilliance, then, I'm really, really happy with how this is turning out, especially because people have a place to go where they keep. It's like, I just hate watching Gramps. It's like, just constantly for the bigger channels, it's like putting out fires, putting out fires, putting out fires. For me, the hardest way to get live again was starting the fire, because they made that weird thing. I made it, and everyone knows that I swear, so whatever. I try not to, but almost every fucking video that I made back when, it was during the 2015, 2016 election, I kind of came up. And I never knew anything about streaming on some of these folks, some of these characters that have like 10, 12,000, 20 millions, whatever. They've been online for like a decade. I've been online for like 2 years, 3 years ish. And when I look at the results, it's pretty cool because obviously I followed other streams and then built my own little thing, and I have my own little thing. But I'm curious as to what folks think about what's really going to happen in the 2020 election. I really am. And now this gets it gets weird. Well, yeah. Oh, that makes more sense. I don't get it. Did my scanning around accidentally ban someone? What? I still don't get this. I shouldn't be this sloppy at this point, but there's certain things that confuse me. All right, at least I found all this. Rock Me Amadeus. Okay. JB all spiffed up and looking like the cover of GQ something. What the fuck? Oh, because I combed my hair. Yeah, no, because it was getting insane. I had to comb it. No, I don't look like a cover of GQ. I get fucking plaster all over my t-shirt from work. It's pretty bad. And wax, just like ugh. MT Promises says, look at the line for New Mexico rally. I knew that that the Trump campaign had a rally last night. Is that the line from the rally last night? Because I think it was 8,000 trying to get in at Rio Rancho. Rio Rancho, as far as I know. Unless I got it wrong. Which... Oh, so I think I get it now. If I'm the chat person, right, and I click on someone's comment like this, but it makes it stick on the screen. I just got that. So that's why I chose Candy Smith, LOL, because that is such an innocuous comment. It's a pretty girl with an LOL. How's that going to be bad? I just literally got that right this second. You see, you learn new things when you do stuff live on the internet. No, seriously. Raging Cajun already knew. Bear already knew. They're laughing at me. Fuck you. Hey, I figured it out. Now I get it. So that means when someone says something really dumb, I'm not going to put it under my whatever. Oh, look, I can even point to it, but you have to imagine it and watch it. See, dude, I've been in music videos and I'm still new with this fancy crap. All right, so here. I'll get Candy Smith off the screen. I'll make a typo. There we go. Bear saved our ass. No, because I was trying to find something that would be totally innocuous. So anyway, they're trying to bring up the the Justice Brett Kavanaugh situation again. So it's either real or it's recycled news. It's either real or it's another hit piece. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know if anyone has any opinions or comments or thoughts otherwise. For those of y'all who are into chemtrails at all, Boston was hit so bad on Friday and yesterday, and I've moved on from this, and I should probably move back to it, because the videos I could have taken, I was like, Jay, don't film it. Don't film it. I should have filmed it. They're going to do it again, so I'll be able to film it. But, I mean, literally checkerboard and the different colors and all the weird. It was bad. I should have filmed it. I did not. Everything is a ploy to hit conservatives, and I don't mean Republicans, I mean conservatives. I mean people who believe in God and believe in self-preservation. We like our families and we deserve to protect ourselves, and everyone should basically just get along regardless of what we look like or our gender. That, to me, is a conservative, for fuck's sake. Is that so insane? You know? Is that really that insane? That, to me, is a conservative. Is someone who's like, yeah, we just kind of want to be alive and hang out with our families and don't fuck with us, and everyone else is cool. Let's have a good time. Let's build things, get smarter, and play music and do art and build buildings and be awesome. And have like tons of sex and just fucking make more humans and inhabit other planets and just like worship God and be awesome. Is that, am I nuts? I thought that was a conservative. I don't know what this whole what's this whole neoconservative neocon? I mean, it's not new. This is 2000. This is before 9/11. Neoconservative. Give me a fucking break. Neoconservative. So you're the new conservative who your entire mantra is bomb and destroy, take over, steal, bomb and destroy. What's conservative about that? Can anyone answer me that? Oh, just a little bit. Just someone just answer me that. Just kiss my forehead with that logic. You can't, because it doesn't exist. Stupid. Well, yeah. What was that? The cowbell thing, I think, was Saturday Night Live, I believe. It was Will Ferrell. And he's a friggin' Satanist. Damn it. Allegedly. So they say. Rock me Amadeus, I need to subscribe to your channel. No, I'm already subscribed to you. Why didn't I get... Do you have alerts on your bongo videos? I love that stuff. I play the... it's in my younger brother's room. I have a mini djembe. It's like a 14-inch djembe that I like to play. I like the one... Chris Watkins. Yeah, he did Blue Oyster Cult skit. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty old. I'd call that skit silly. I wouldn't call it funny. But it certainly was silly. And silly is good. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. And they had Christopher Walken do that. Oh, come on, Bear Bear. You're a bass player too, though. I'm just so glad to be able to look up in the corner of the computer and see the fact it goes, you are live on YouTube. It was so hard for me to get back live. And I know my shows aren't great, but at least like they have all these new features that make them look like semi-professional. It's pretty sweet. Like I can make Bear Bear famous right now. Bear Bear is fucking famous. Look at that. I've never had this stuff before. It's pretty sweet. Raging Cajun has a face for radio, so I'm sure Raging Cajun's a good-looking guy. What the hell? Well, then, if you feel so strongly about it, Raging, do a radio show. I'd listen to it every time it's on. I'd even catch the replay. We also have it saved. What's saved in playlist? Oh, Blue Oyster Cult, I assume. Yeah, I thought you stopped live streaming. That must be, I didn't even do that. Oh, maybe I did. See, I'm just like scanning comments. All right, so anyone who makes a comment, you might end up on the screen. I'm still playing around with the fact that I have this like you probably can't even see it. But it's like the friggin' the fucking it's like a swipe pad or something. It's not a mouse. I'm used to the mouse, damn it. But it's weird because I wonder if it's a YouTube thing because the comments, they go like, it's like, and then it's silent and then it's like a thing. Maybe my connection is shit. Who the hell knows? Oh well. But anyway, back to socialized psychopaths. Yeah, so my abuser was not cool in the way that first he started off pretty slick, and this is like a big like Greek dude, and he was like cool, but he was kind of like, ugh. He started going through my fucking mail, and I was like, what? I go, who else could be doing this? So I'm looking at letters that I know I didn't open, and they've been opened,